Nice to have you back.
Yeah. So obviously we've been talking a lot about this sort of the tactical, what's going to go on in the immediate aftermath of this chemical weapons attack. Can you explain what the administration's Syria strategy is? Because there was Tillerson's speech, which said that we're going to have troops in Syria indefinitely. The president then said we're going to get out of Syria. Now you're talking about escalating in Syria. Are we going to be in Syria for a while? Are we escalating in Syria? What is our strategy?
Well, I think I'm not going to get ahead of the president. Certainly, I'll leave it to the president to announce what may or may not happen, what actions the U.S. government may or may not choose to take. I think it's clear that we are obviously engaged in Syria. One of the things that's important to us is try to encourage the parties to get back to the Geneva process. So when we look at pictures, for example, of the Turks and the Iranians and others meeting to discuss the future of Syria, some of those countries certainly don't have the best interest of Syria at heart. And that I'm specifically referring to the Russians and the Iranians and others. We would like to see us get back to the Geneva process so that there could eventually be a political solution in Syria.
Right, but that's not happening. So the secretary outlined a Syria
strategy. Well, that's a goal, and frankly, that's a goal that Vladimir Putin had agreed to, but yet another example of the Russian government not living up to its agreements.
I understand. He gave that speech in Stanford, what was it, January 12th? And is that the Syria strategy? Is that still alive?
Well, Garner, I think some of the things that will be happening as we have a new national security advisor who will be meeting with the president, presumably on this very important topic. We also will hopefully have a new Secretary of State coming in. So
this is all in flux.
So there could be some changes, but we as a government are going ahead and operating according to our pre-existing strategy and our pre-existing policies. And if things end up changing, that may be the case, and that's certainly the president's prerogative to change things.
So your position is that the United States has the best interests of Syria at heart, but no one else does?
I think calling for a return to the Geneva process, which is something that many countries have agreed to, has the interest of the Syrian people at heart, certainly.
Right, but the Russians and the Iranians have both
I don't
said
think that the
too.
Russians and the Iranians have the best interests of the Syrian people at heart.
But they have called for a return to the Geneva process.
Well, they had called for that. But as we've talked about, Matt, I think your first question was about how Russia will try to turn facts on their heads. We see that happen all the time. So we don't think that they have the best interests.
You don't think that they really want to return to the Geneva process?
I did. They said they do.
Okay.
We're highly skeptical because we've not seen them go forward with that. Okay.